Oh my, can you hear me? Okay, you can. Nice. For some reason, sometimes my microphone is not picking up at all my voice, and it starts picking up after a while. That's why every now and then you might hear me saying like, all right, all right, all right, because I know that after at least after the third all right, you're going to be able to finally hear me properly. But this time, like, I've said like three all rights, and like literally the microphone didn't pick up anything. That's like weird. But alright, let me just quickly send out information that we're streaming, and we're going to get to drawing. Cambechi. We are going to draw some hashtag Hololive VTubers. Yeah. Uh, so basically that's the plan, right? We're going to draw some VTubers. For some reason, I feel like I've got my ears clogged, but I can't write the name of only. There we go. For some reason, I'm struggling recently a lot with that one. Okay, let me copy this, paste it here, copy that. Now post here, and now. Heart and soul, nothing wrong. I don't know why, but yeah, I've got down in my head apparently recently. I'm still wondering what video do we want to sketch. I'm thinking about continuation of the previous sketches that we've already started. But yeah, that's going to take a while. I'm just not sure. I'm not sure what I want. You know what I mean? That's kind of weird, but okay. Um, Usually I don't have much problems, but okay. And yeah, folks. Hi Goofy, good to have you here. How are your plans going? Hi, hello. How are we doing today? Yeah. So basically, let me check what we've got. So on the last stream, we finished this sketch, which is Kali just pulling herself off. We've got a sketch of Ina doing that, like drinking without hands, but since she's flat-chested, she's using her tentacle tails. And we have Bay that's tried to take piece of cheese from the mousetrap and freaking got slapped on hand. I think I'm going to make a new thingy. And I have to change scaling up the resolution by 2, so everything times 2 is actually way better scenario for me, you know? That is indeed a much better scenario for me. I'm going to make a new thing. Let me see. I do kind of want to make something with Venom. Meanwhile, folks, when I'm like trying to brainstorm a little, please go ahead and tell me about your day. That's actually going to be the safest option. I'm going to read things through. Today I've been drawing this entire day, but I've also went for some groceries, so I've took some stuff. The hell happened on YouTube? Huh? What the heck going on YouTube? Wait, I have no idea. I was working. It's like polling. It's API issue with freaking YouTube. Something's going on with the chat API once again. See message. Yeah, because you are not going to see it. That's like internal thing, you know. That's like thing. But to say that not a normal message. Yeah, it's like because I'm using an external app that Zega from our chat created that connects YouTube and Twitch chats, and thanks to that I'm capable to see messages from both platforms at the same time without having two windows opened at the same time. But there are sometimes issues, like for example this one, where for some reason YouTube said like, oh, actually there are some issues with freaking polling to your YouTube chat, which is just crazy thing. I have no idea what's going on, but from time to time it's happening. But I'm also, you know, at times kind of startled by it because I'm not sure if it's all, what message I'm going to get when the YouTube is going to be fully blocked. You know what I mean? But I don't play any background music. And actually, wait, I mean, do they yet? Okay. And let's get back to checking things up. So yeah, I am thinking about Bay or Ina. There are a bunch of new VTubers, and actually VTubers that I haven't really drew before. I haven't really drew anything with Ollie, like directly with Ollie. So far, Ollie have been only like how to say this? Ollie so far have been like a background character of sorts. We've just made one illustration where she was in the first plane, but she was like part of the group, right? That we drew. I have to say some of the designs of the newer VTubers are just like, I don't know, they seem very plain. You know? Like for example, Ichijuri Rika. She just looks like diva. She doesn't have like much pizzazz like Crony or Mori have, or Ollie. You know, they also have simple designs, but they're much more interesting. Same for Mokoko and Fuawa, or Elizabeth, ERB, you know? Like, ERB just have like a normal dress. She's just dressed normally. Raora too. But I've noticed that the newer versions, the newer models, right? The newer VTubers they are releasing, they are getting more and more blunt designs. I don't like that. I don't like that. Raji, my back hurts so bad. Okay. I don't know. That's why I don't know. That's why I feel like I don't really want to draw the newer VTubers. From Hololive, because like they really, I just don't vibe them with them. The older ones are okay. Gigi, like, still relatively newer, you know, VTubers like Gigi, Raora, Cecilia, or ERB. They are good, you know what I mean? They are quite good. But like the problem is that I don't know. Maybe we can draw Nerissa. How about drawing Nerissa in like with some kind of like wine, you know? Why not? Let's do it this way. Nerissa, she's going to hold a wine glass. Of course. I hate this. I don't know. I'm just trying to like figure out a pose, you know what I mean? I kind of have an idea for it, like her like sitting in a comfy chair, a leg on a leg. You know that, yeah, I might actually go for it, but okay, I've got an idea. Perfect. 6 minutes spent on doing things. Alrighty. So the idea is we're going to see her like this, and we're going to look at her like this, and we're going to look at her kind of from top. I don't want to make like very, you know, like, I don't want to make a huge thing either. Or maybe... yeah, I've got a bit better thing. Like this. Yeah, that makes much more sense, you know? I figured out something when I'm using only black. And I'm overlaying things one on top of another. Things are starting to look a bit messy. So the idea is to actually... the idea is to make like different coloring, you know what I mean? She's going to wear socks only because like I'm thinking of her just sitting in her house, kind of the deal, you know what I mean? And now I'm going to switch the green color. I'm going to like work out her hairs. Actually, maybe like this to make things easier too. Okay. So yeah, actually folks, because today I was like eating some jelly beans, some beef jerky, And I was thinking to myself, like, damn, those were, those were pretty good. I really like snacking from time to time. But the thing is, like, that kind of gave me a question. What is your favorite snack to snack on? Especially when you're, like, about to work on something. Because, like, when I was eating the beans, or beef jerky, you know, generally when I was snacking, it was very difficult for me to, like, focus on doing the, you know, progress on things. And that kind of, you know, jumbled things up. Okay, I'm switching back to green, or maybe I'm going to use red for her horns, because she's a horny girl. Pose. Damn. To be fair, I finally watched the that Sonic movie, you know. I haven't really watched it when it was released. Never really got around it. But yes, you know, I guess day before yesterday, we, with my mom, we've had such a problem with finding something. You know, I was just, screw that, let's just watch Sonic. Because we just prefer watching horrors, you know? But yeah, that movie was pretty good. The movie was genuinely pretty good. G. I really like her design. I like her outfit in general. It's very interesting. There's a lot of like side pieces of clothing that make so much sense to what she has right now. And actually, considering that, as she mentioned sometime previously, that she was working as a receptionist, it kind of reminds me to the, you know, the outfit kind of reminds me, the outfits that, you know, for example, other girls at the reception at the hotel where I was working were wearing, you know. So I guess it could have been maybe, you know, designed. Well, because, like, you know, our general idea was that we have to wear something neat, something tidy, you know, some better clothing, not necessarily like full suit, but we had to wear like button-up shirts, you know, or other connected elements. You know, we've had the dress code kind of magic. Alright. And that one's going to go like this and go in here. There's going to be belt coming here and here. Okay. And yeah, okay. That foot needs to be smaller. Like this. Everything else seems alright. So I'm dropping this to 25%. Hey, we actually got a really nice time on our hands. Pretty good time. Dear Lord. That one might actually be one of those that I might want to color later on. We'll see. Damn. Her mouth is a bit off. You kind of have to look at the, you know, kind of at the positioning of the mouth and the chin, you know. For example, I know that it's supposed to be slightly lower, like here, but the nose should also be lower and actually go a bit more forward, like this. Yeah. And now you can see that it makes much better facial construction than what we've had before. Just FYI, I'm not using any references for the pose, so I'm hoping that the pose is going to look good. The only reference I have is the official art or original, you know, design card from Hololive website. I'm kind of torn between like leaving the mouth the way it is, or actually making it into like, you know, the duck face, like the selfie face, you know what I mean? God damn. She's got like, I have to admit, she's got like pretty different design. I've noticed that there are like, how to say this? That was kind of mentioned also by other Hololive VTubers, but in each generation there's like lead, you know? Like each VTuber generation of Hololive has some kind of like leading VTuber. And I've noticed that this leading VTuber kinda has the best like outfit, best design of all of them. Like for example, Nerissa, right? I believe Nerissa is the lead VTuber for their generation. She kinda seems like it. It could be also Shiori. I feel like they have very competitive designs, if you'd ask me. I kinda like Shiori, to be fair. She's... I've noticed that she's quite emotional, but I believe that's a plus on her. Because she's not really scaring... she's not really bothered to express herself or express her emotions, and I find it really like I find it more humane, more human-alike, that she's capable to actually express much more emotions from her, you know, from herself than, for example, other VTubers. Like for example, like sure they can express fear and stuff, but for example, Shiori on the record cried during the stream. I feel like some of the girls also did that, but they weren't really, you know, expressing that during, like, you know, any other occasions than like some kind of like farewells to their gen mates, you know what I mean? That's why I feel like other... Shiori creates this weird bond between every, like, between every Holoman, because she's actually giving a bit more emotion to how she talks, into how she acts, etc. Nerissa still kind of feels like this, but Nerissa always had for me like this, like, typical wine mom kind of vibe. That's why the first thing that came to my mind was like Nerissa just sitting with a, you know, with a glass of wine and like looking at the camera, at the POV, with like more flirtatious facial expression, I guess. So yeah. Also, I am almost there to bring back gambling and points to YouTube chat, you know what I mean? We're almost there. I'm not sure what to add though, because I'm setting everything up once again on Streamlabs, because I've actually totally, like, you know, deleted the thing, you know what I mean? So yeah, that's the shtick. Also, I'm giving her a bit more messy hair because, like, you know, I guess it's night, she had a couple drinks, maybe she slept a little, or napped, or just laid down watching something, you know what I mean? Also, I feel like by sketching, I'm kind of building things up for myself, you know what I mean? Because here's the thing, even if I won't be having, how to say this, I'm going to start making, I think on Sunday, that's what we are going to do. On Saturday we are going to work a little bit on a new schedule graphics. I want to do those. I want to work out something new. You know, and I guess the shtick is going to be kind of the same. Like a huge thing that I want to do is, you know, working things out a little bit more, update my schedule, maybe do it in a bit different way, you know, match the overlay and such. You know, I like it this way it is, but I feel like what I've got, that I could make it a bit differently, maybe like a, you know, maybe design a bit more like a typical notepad view, you know, with the same kind of add-ins or something like that. So like, you know, and maybe when there's going to be an update in the thing, I'm just going to like make the tapes and tape over the thing, you know, just so you'd be able to see there are final, you know, that there are changes finally, you know, because right now, like, I've noticed that I don't really have much possibility to act on things, although sure, I can work things out, you know, I feel like I can work things out, but the I don't think I'm going to have like changes that I'll be able to do over time, you know what I mean? Really? Really now? Bro, like, could you not? I hate this. I hate this so much. Stupid bots. So yeah, I have to say I love the I really love the designs of the Hololive VTubers, but I'm starting to notice this like weird thing that's the designs are starting to get way too simple, way too blunt. You know, that kind of pains me because maybe it's just me saying this. I haven't really seen many others like talking about that. But I also noticed that not that many people, besides like you know, artists with like a couple years of experience already, you know, are noticing this pattern too. Because I've seen people talking about this on some forums. Hi Vlad, good to have you here. How are you? Hope it's going. Huion, thank you, because your help I could complete my assignment and get 20 out of 20. Hey, let's go, Vlad. Let's go. I'm so happy to hear that, man. I'm so happy to hear that. Let's go. Oh my. And yeah, I'm doing good. I'm just, you know, chilling, resting, having my weekend, you know what I mean? I'm gonna pop a beer ski. Just, you know, gonna chill out. I'm really glad you've got really good grade on your assignment. Oh my. You're a VTuber and you are drawing VTubers. Have you tried drawing your avatar? Yeah. I mean, my YouTube avatar, the one that I've got on my background image, all of my thumbnails. You know, I've been drawing my avatar for a really long time. You know, and I guess we are going to also draw something on Sunday since I want to redo the schedule image. You know what I mean? I want to make it, you know, a bit more scheduley, maybe a bit more messy, but I want to have, you know, Devis in some way, shape or form on it. You know what I mean? I think I've made her head too big. Yeah, I did. Although, yeah, no, I did. Yeah, I've drew her head too big. Need to make it smaller. I hate it. I hate it. Well, worry not. Easy fix. Yeah, her head was way too big. This is a good sized head for her. So damn. And along with that, much more things went down together. Okay. Well, at least we're on the good tracks now. And let's continue. Because, you know, like, I compared her face to her hand, because your face is just as tall as your hand from the bottom of your palm to the top of the middle finger. But it's only the face, so like from the chin to the top of your forehead, right? And actually her hand was way too small compared to her head in total, right? It was way too small for the face. That's kind of blah, but you know, we've got a fix for that. One breast is going to be kind of flattered a little bit more and not really hanging down as much as the other one, but that's because one of her arms is like put up, and basically like the breast muscles are are connected to the shoulder muscles. So whenever you are lifting your arm, you can actually feel your chest, right? And you can feel the muscles like lifting it up a little. This works for both genders, so that's always something. That's always a cool detail to remember about. That means the wasn't a. What? What are you talking about? Vlad, I want to remind you that because of text like this, you've got a banner last time. Appeals won't... Sorry, yeah. Hi Muto, good to have you here. How are you? Hoping it's going. How are you doing? It was not sent first. Oh. Well, you know, better to hold up from things like that because, you know, you never know what's going to happen. And basically that's not the topic to just or like think to joke about or talk with people about, you know what I mean? I might. Alrighty. How's Root, actually? Considering how the American drivers tend to be. Good, surprisingly. I see. I guess there, you know, just there was not that many people en route. Oh, I was telling down of people a million trees. Well, still, you know. Still messed up topic to talk about, don't you think? And, you know, considering that just as much as someone might have had, like, considering that someone might have calculated this and you've just found out and you wanted to share the thing, it's better to watch out because something like that may happen, you know? Especially the later message you wanted to add. Sorry, bad habit. Oh my. So yeah, maybe let's talk about something pleasant. What are your favorite snacks, folks? What are your favorite snacks? For me, well, I did like those nuts in like tempura butter. Well, generally like fried in a butter, like nuts in a shell. They're pretty good. But I've started to feel like I've been eating way too much of them, and it's just kind of like you're getting bored of the flavor at some point. You know what I mean? When you are eating the same thing over and over again, you kind of get bored of the flavor. Unless, at least for me, that's like the rice with carrots and peas and nice breaded chicken breast. That's the combo that I could eat every single day. What's happening in China? No idea. No idea. I'm not up to date with the news because a lot of the news are, you know, already proved to mislead me. China feeds these nuts. I don't think that works together. Oh my. Say it fast. China feeds these nuts. Nah, that doesn't have a ring to it. Oh my. I've been watching today for most of the day One Piece. I'm literally at the last episode of the Marineford. Was it Marineford? I never remembered the name of this arc. Marineford, yeah. You know, after I'm now at the Marineford. Marineford Fort, something like this. Notebook is big fiction. You know, I've been sitting in the anime world for way too long. And so I know, but it's concerning that like you are talking about something like that in such a thing, like okay, cool, like you do you. Maybe you're like trying to get out of the closet, you know what I mean? Just, you know, personally I don't swing this way, but you go, you know, you go. Isn't the Pride Month soon? Oh my. And you know, so basically I'm almost done with the thing, and I have to say a lot of things happen already in One Piece. You know, the general idea, the general concept of it all, it's just kind of like, you know, and there are still a couple things that I don't really understand based on the anime logic. Like, for example, they hid the way how Blackbird took out the dragon fruit from mm, you know, took the dragon fruit from dragon fruit powers from Whitebird. And the thing is, did he actually eat the second dragon fruit? Because it's not shown in anime. It's not shown that in anime he actually ate the dragon fruit. My you know, my guess would be actually that he didn't. Because like, oh, he has powers of 2 dragon fruits, yada yada yada. But like, okay, cool, he has powers of 2 dragon fruits, but and they are saying like, usually people who eat 2 dragon fruits, yada yada yada, but where was it shown that he eats the second dragon fruit? I think it was shown in anime, I think it was shown in manga, but I have not a single idea if that's true. I don't feel like it. I don't feel that it is, you know what I mean? I don't remember this being in manga either. So I do believe that actually he has capability to somehow he found out how he can somehow absorb the dragon fruit power. Possibly with his darkness fruit? You know, maybe? That would kind of fit. But then how would the process look like? Why did they have to hide him? You know? It's just me, I guess. But I like where the things are going. I really like that one. I'm wondering what I'm going to watch after this one, because today or tomorrow I'm going to finish the you know, this arc. So I'm going to switch to another anime, you know, seasonal anime, hoping that this arc is going to be way smaller, you know, the next one. But we'll see. Maybe, you know, maybe things are going to work out slightly differently. To be fair, because I've, you know, earlier on the stream I've mentioned that actually Nerissa gives me more of a wine mom kind of vibe, and she actually does. But are there other VTubers from Hololive that would fit? Let me think. Crony feels like one. Raora maybe? Raora also seems like wine mom. Mio also seems like a wine mom. But she's like, I don't know. She's a bit different, you know what I'm saying? I guess on this one I'm going to make things a little bit differently, because I'm going to push it like that, and I'm going to change it because, like, sure, this breast is still going to like be lifted up, but if she's got a bigger cleavage, it's still kind of going to sag. So yeah. Also, goddamn, I've spent most of the today on the groceries. I hate when this happens, but you need to buy things, you know? But like, I wish things could be going faster. I don't like to, like, you know. Hi near me, got Ivy here, how are you? Hoping how's going? Hi, hi. So, good evening, morning, night, or whatever. Yeah, it's evening. It's almost 8 p.m. for me. It's 7:52 to be exact, or 19:52 for those who are, you know, using 24 system, our system, like myself. Okay, she's got something like that. I don't know, it looks like kind of like a collar. And it has like, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, what? And it has like chains, like, you know? A 5-hour gap in time zone, nice world could be nice world could be different. Yeah, I hate time zones. But on the other hand, time zones are something that helps a lot with couple things. Like for example, you know, people I hang out with and like play and talk are usually sleeping when I'm working, you know, when I'm at work. So for me, between 8 to 16, just look like you enslaved her. Nah, it's actually in her design. It's like a collar that has some like chains going down, and the chains are wrapping up like a bow tie or something like this. I'm going to make the. I'm going to quickly show you the reference I'm using. I'm using the official graphics from the thing, and this is what I'm drawing. This is some kind of like a collar, you know what you see what I mean? It's like a collar that has like a thing, and there are like chains going down, and those chains are actually tying together this like bow tie that she has here, you know? Or a tie in general. Or just the close-up shot, look at a large bold chains. Yeah. I know what you mean. I mean, they are pretty bold chains, you know? You should clearly see them from far away. And you do. That's why I've mentioned that, for example, those older VTubers, you know, including Nerissa's generation, considering that it's relatively new, but you know, those are pretty specific because they are much more interesting than the designs that are getting released right now. You know? I'm not sure if it's like some kind of choice that they're going for, because a lot of them look like just, I don't know, J-pop stars or K-pop stars, something like that. And that's it. Previously, like for example, Nerissa, Raora, they have like quirks. They look like anime characters. And I kind of like that about them. Because at least, you know, illustrations are interesting. Because I can even like take, I can even take Nerissa and I can draw her like fighting with a dragon or something like that. You know, like use magic and such, because she looks like a character from video game or anime that would use magic, trident or bident or something like that. You know, there is a live 12 p.m. online live class about thermodynamics. It's about to start, so I have to leave. Okay, bye. Bye bye near me. Bye bye. Take care. Yep. Learn about them thermodynamics. Also, I'm happy. We're closer and closer to the point where I can stream for 7 days in a week. I want to stream like that. Well, I'm always hoping that it's going to be happening next week. Like 2 weeks ago, we've had I had to cancel 2 streams. This week I had to cancel 1. I am really hoping that next week or week after the next one is going to be this, you know, the week where I'm going to actually, you know, I'm actually going to stream the like having a full week of a stream streak. Yeah, you know, thermodynamics. I was never really good at physics, to be fair. I was more of the writing guy, to be fair. Surprisingly, my teachers were always like telling me that, you know, well, a lot of people tell me that I have very analytical mind, but I hate like calculations. Like I can do calculations pretty fast, even in my head. But I hate this. I just don't like that. So okay. I believe that this is enough. Oh my. We're making this. I swear to God, if someone is going to write footsies, I'm going to literally crash out. Don't worry, there is ain't here for use grunts in arrogant. Oh my. Wingardium Leviosa. Wingardium Leviosa. Okay, yeah. The thumb is going to be on the other side. We're almost done with this sketch, actually. I like this. I like the speed we're going with everything. Also today I found out that my ring size is 18, which is pretty small as for a guy. We ever thought of applying of horror? Neither did I. Look how much similarity you have there for another mother. Bruh. Okay, bye. Bye bye. Oh my. Also, why she wears gloves yet actually have like jewelry on them? That makes zero sense. The jewelry on the gloves is going to... Like, it makes no sense. You'd need to have like way bigger jewelry just to wear them. That means she... Wait, hold up. Hold the hell up. There ain't no way she actually... she actually got like jewelry. Like a bigger jewelry. Just to fit it on top of her freaking hands with gloves. Godly. That... Why is it so funny for me? I can't. Oh dear. Surprisingly, like, I've got pretty thin fingers. Even the lady at the jewelry store that was helping like measure it out for me, she was like, That's pretty small. Like, you might have struggles to find a fitting ring for yourself unless it's like you thinking about like a custom job or something. And I am like, well, shoot. So that kind of sucks. Well, like, I guess if I'm going to look on the internet, I'm going to easily find it. Like, you know how it is with ordering stuff off of the like, you know, ordering stuff off of the internet. Usually it's just like metal, you know, just a metal and not like silver or gold, no, nothing. Hmm. To be fair, I feel nice and rested. This day would go really nicely. I am thinking I'm actually in a state to sit a bit longer today. I'm talking about like way longer. I kinda need to. I want to complete a couple things, and unfortunately I won't be able to if I won't, you know, if I won't do the thing. If I won't stay late. So I kind of need to. Let's give her some thigh squish like this. Yep. I really need to sit down and finally work out my my thing, you know. I need to do some planning connected with stuff I'm going to draw, you know. I want to make like a list of illustrations that I can do. But the thing is, like, for now, I'm in a mode where most of the ideas I'm getting comes to, you know, applies to Hololive, so I'm not sure. I was kind of hoping that over time it's just going to, like, you know, I guess disappear on its own, but you know, this thing still lingers, so that's that. I think I might try to watch again Akame ga Kill anime. You know, I haven't really seen it. in full. I think I've watched only first 12 episodes. Unfortunately, back in the days I was watching anime with like Polish subtitles only, not English. Back when I was watching anime to such extent, you know, on like huge extent, I was watching anime only in Polish subtitles because I wasn't really as proficient in English as I am right now. Which kind of sucks. It kind of sucks. I've made the wrong thing. Okay, wait, hold up. I guess I'm just not going to really add the thing in the patterns because I've mixed up the patterns just now. Also, she should have like feathers around her waist, I guess. It's going to be really difficult to pull that off. Also, yeah, different colors help. I've noticed different colors help so much with figuring out stuff in this method. That's something to note and add to the belt. You know what I mean? Blip. Oh my. Huh. So I'm almost done with the stuff I do every Sunday, almost. I was eating. Oh, what were you eating? Mush? Shrimp? Ooh, you finally got your shrimp. I'm back. Wanna answer a simple math question? What's up? Yes. To be fair, I was also eating a shrimp. Shrimp is so good. Yeah, actually my favorite. In any kind, you know, in any method. Better than beans. Oh my. I mean, I like beans too. I could eat beans just like that without anything. Just the thing. So first you're doing the equation in the thing. So you have 8 divided by 4 in brackets 2 plus 2 equal 8 divided by 4 times 4, because first you do the brackets and then you go from left to right because they're on the same level of the importance. So 8 divided by 4 is 2. So you have 2 times 4, which is 8. Simple one. That's true. What the fuck? It's the second time this happens. YouTube must be getting a stroke again today. I hate this. But yeah, definitely, you know, way better. Okay, I think we've finished. The question is, I wanted to add wine to her. Maybe like nearby, like here. Blip. Blip. Okay. Now if my age is twice as it was today, and after 3 years it is now 5 times my original age, what is my current age? But when is your... If my age is twice as it was today, but when it was? When is it twice as much? Question makes no sense. Also, let's maybe switch back to the normal, you know, art-related conversations, maybe. It's not a math channel after all. Or maybe let's talk about anime or, you know, Hololive VTubers or something, you know, else. It's a bit more pleasant. I'm thinking about... I'm full. Hey, let's go. I love you. Aww, I love you too, sweetie. Oh my. Oh. I actually gave her the entire wine set. I wanted to just give her some wine, and I gave her like wine, the cork with the bottle opener, the bottle plug, and a full pour wine glass. That's actually that's actually pretty funny. Where's Zagan? I don't know, I think he's got his game night, possibly? I haven't talked with him today, unfortunately. I hope everything's alright though. Hey, good news. Hey, what's up? Near me? Did you pass the thing? Or did they move the class? Definitely the top scorer, but I'm coming to Poland. Hey! Let's go! That's so cool. I'm so glad. Let's go, yeah. Poland, yeah. The country of rising onion, yes. Alrighty. Well, if you need some like tips connected with like what to look for in Poland and such, I can actually help you a little bit. You know where to like eat actual authentic Polish food if you're interested, or like maybe I could try to, maybe if I'm going to know, I can give you some directions for some nice things to sightsee. Okay. And this. And this. Okay. I think we've got Nerissa fully finished. And hey, it's been 1.5 hours. Okay. I'm making a sketch of this quality in 1.5 hours, but it's not full 1.5 hours. And I've spent some time on researching things, give or take 7 minutes. But I was also doing some breaks in the between to talk a little bit, like for 2-3 minutes. I guess around 1 hour, if I would just go fully to one thing, you know what I mean? You could guide me there for a day or at least. Not Poland directly, but France, Germany, Belgium, and then Poland on the 7th March. At least an hour. You know, that depends where you are going to be, and if I'm going to be there. You know, I'm working, so like direct guiding might be difficult, but I can just, you know, like give you some points to visit, just so you could, you know, just Google search. You know, I might be busy with work. Damn. Okay. We're finished. We're actually finished. Hour and 34 minutes on the dot. Dang. Since it is a personal trip assigned by the head of college, no friends and family, just me. I see. Yeah. Are covered by them. Hey, that's cool. That's actually huge. But where you are going to Poland, you know? What city? It's very dependent. Poland is relatively huge, you know what I mean? Yay, let's go, you know? Poland is relatively huge. So like, most likely you are going to visit a huge city, and I don't live in a huge city, and I'm most likely going to work because I don't have any time off. And my boss hates when people are taking, you know, days off. I'm wondering what else I could do, you know? Well, I feel like those are really cool. I feel like those are pretty cool. Let's maybe do a trick. Is yet to be confirmed since it will be decided in Belgium at 4-5 March. Not today. Today only Germany and France. I see. Well, if it's worse, so that's the capital actually. So in Warsaw you can see a lot of things, so you can just, you know... And there are already, like, you know, sightseeing guides. Krakow? If it's Krakow, there's like... many errors in the sentence, sorry, well, it's okay. I mean, like, you know... It's very dependent what's to see in the Poland. We have a lot of older things, a lot of castles, for example. So for sure, castles might be like a thing you might want to look into, you know? Alrighty. As I said, it is a lonely trip and alone, no guides given. Yes, but like on the internet you have a lot of like guides, you know what I mean? Not like person guide, but like written guide. Is there the large cathedral? Pretty much in every city there's a large cathedral. Yeah. In Krakow there's actually one. In Warsaw too. You might actually go you know, the usual trip is to the triple city. At least this is what we are calling it. You travel between 3 different cities and you look at a lot of things, like, for example, Museum of Solidarity. This is Solidarity was like a movement. Is the countryside good? Yeah. Just prepare because it's right now minus 12 degrees Celsius. Just so you know. And most likely it's going to be the same weather at that time, since main city for food only, you know. Yeah. I mean, sightseeing stuff, like huge, you know, the main cities are also like, you know, not only food, not the food only things. A lot of main cities also have a lot of sightseeing, you know. Alrighty, thanks Nearme, thanks Vlad, thanks Muto and Gubus for being active chat in the chats. Meanwhile, folks, as always, I hope you will stay creative. For those who are newcomers and didn't subscribe, I do want to invite you to do so. You know, subscribing on YouTube or following on Twitter, on Twitch, that doesn't cost you anything. So yeah, is the variety for vegetarian food containing egg also there? I mean, we do offer, a lot of hotels are offering open, you know, like open buffet breakfasts, and then you can just order whatever you want. But we do have a lot of things, but we have a lot of meat-based things. So yeah, and yeah, folks, once again, take care, and I hope to see you all in the next one.